So if you like Faith No More, this is the show for you. And if you like them even more than just watching their videos, here are some of their tour dates of where they're playing live in Europe. There you go, that's where you can see Faith No More playing live if you so desire, and if you stay tuned over the next 2 hours you can see them on Postmodern, their videos and their Helsinki. Right now though, the brand new single from EMF. Joined by Faith No More, who'll be sharing their hopes, fears, joys and ambitions with us here on Postmodern. Welcome again to Europe, your time this year, and welcome to Helsinki. It's pretty jolly cold out there. Have you guys been out? You been doing the rounds?
Yeah, we went sledding this morning. That was really fun.
Jolly.
It was a 20-dog team. Usually they do 18, but they put on another 2, so we went a little bit faster than the average sled.
It's an amazing thing you can make dogs do when it's cold outside.
It's something that MTV Sports should take a look at.
Yeah.
We're going parachuting after this interview, too.
Yeah. I was going to go put my tongue on a cold telephone pole.
So is this cold something that you've been used to? Something you geared up for? Or is it really just...
Not really. Last time we were here, it was really, really warm. It was on the longest day of the year, and there was sunlight, you know,
This is, you were doing
24
festivals,
hours.
is that right?
Yeah. Just went up and did a festival. It was really warm. No cold at all. This is our first time, I think, touring in, like, hardcore winter weather.
Do you think the tour that you did with Guns N' Roses and Soundgarden and Metallica has prepared you for what you're going to be doing now? Because you're headlining your own gig now.
Well, just because we're playing every day, like, we've learned the art of hanging out in hotel lobbies, you know, or not leaving our room, and that it actually the zen of hanging out in your room and never leaving the hotel.
So
is
The zen of
new
sloth.
experience.
This is really part of rock and roll lifestyle. You don't get out and take a look at the
No,
towns
rock and
that you
roll
get
is not
to.
wanting to know anything about anybody else,
Yep.
but having them want to know everything about you.
But you are going to
Live
be
in a cocoon.
sampling, you know, the delights of Finnish cuisine, that kind of thing. Is that something you'd be into?
Sure.
Reindeer meat?
Bear meat,
Well, that's all they eat up here.
sort of Grizzly Adams, sort of aesthetic.
Kind of fits with the cover of your latest album, Angel Dust. We've got lots of meat photos. You're just working in the same way.
Kind of not.
Okay, well, that's certainly...
Let's just
sorted
not
that
tie
one
those
out.
two things together. huh?
Yeah.
Taking a look at a video from Sonic Youth, very much, well, I think still on the alternative edge there a wee bit. You guys seem to have crossed over a bit more, I hesitate to say mainstream, but a wider audience, which Sonic Youth maybe have yet to do. Do you think you kind of missed that alternative thing, tag, label, want of a better word?
Well, we still stop by the alternative club every once in a while and have a few drinks, you know. Say hi to old friends.
Pay our
but,
respects. Look down our...
you know, we go to the annual alternative club dinners that they have, you know, around Christmas time, you know.
It must be getting
The
close.
Christmas parties of the alternative club.
Yeah, it's like an Elks Club kind of thing. You gotta wear horns. It's a real drag.
Yeah, last year Eddie Vedder was Santa Claus.
Oh, wow, well, he probably moved on this year. He might not be there this year.
I know, well, that, yeah.
We're going to take a look at Sonic Youth anyway, and join us in a few moments because we'll be back doing some more chat.
Another can of worms.
A Faith No More trip to see Faith No More in Milan.
See the sights, see the concert.
Faith No More themselves will take care of you. And you get to make a special video of yourself with the band.
We'll make a video with you and spoil you rotten.
All you have to do is answer this simple question.
You know, we're all pretty much grown-ups in this band. We're all real independent. Except for one of us. There's one of us who's a bit of a baby. He still lives with his mom. And if you can guess who that is, you win the contest, we spank you, we treat you well. Great, babe.
Send your answer on a postcard, please, to the Faith No More competition, MTV Postmodern, P.O. Box 1384, London NW1 OHW, England.
You win the contest, we'll fly you to Milan.
Faith No More.
You're watching Postmodern. I'm joined by three of the guys from Faith No More. The funk kind of metal tag you've worn for a while now, and I was just wondering how many albums as diverse as Angel Dust you're going to have to release before you lose that.
I guess we dug ourselves a hole, huh?
This album might do it. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting the question less and less. Are you a funk metal band? We never went with it from the very beginning. I would say one more record and it should be out of the way. Then we'll go back to doing that.
Yeah, it never was.
Confuse everybody.
It never
Yeah.
was a thing anyway. It was just, you know.
Is it just something that journalists throw
I think it was
into?
a speculation kind of thing.
We're the kind of band, I think if you call us anything, we'll say we're not that anyway. So, I mean, you know, it's funk metal. Who knows what they'll call us next time, but we're not that either, I guess. We'll say we're not.
Working with bands like Metallica, people obviously make the connection. But I mean, you're not metal, I don't think.
Well, we don't like to be called metal anyway. I
Yeah.
mean, being called anything is kind of not what we're all about.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you like somebody telling you what you are? You know, like, well, you're just a dumb blonde.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
After a while, you just kind of learn to nod your head a little bit. Oh, yeah, I guess maybe.
Maybe I
I might be a dumb blonde. Yeah, all right.
Am I that?
Okay.
So,
But doesn't it become annoying if you have some kind of attitude about your own music?
That's the thing, we don't. So it's easy for us to kind of learn how to nod our heads.
Yeah,
Play the game.
The categorization thing is really must be just something that people don't know when there's music that comes out that people don't have any idea where it should go. It's just like trying to find.
Yeah. I mean, what you call something doesn't really end up mattering. It doesn't change what it is, so it doesn't really bother me what people say we are.
yeah, if you look at it as that, it's just kind of a journalistic tool, you know. They're calling things certain things so people can relate to it. I mean, I don't have a big problem with it.
Yeah, if people think that way, that's fine. It's just, you know, if somebody calls you that, you want to try to make yourself as open as possible, you know, and people are not just one thing, you know. They have all, you know, different things in their personality. So, I mean, you have a right to defend yourself, and they have a right to call you whatever they want.
Does it make any difference to the audiences that you get? I mean, is it a headbangers audience or not? Is it quite diverse?
Don't really know.
Ooh, yeah, what's a headbanger?
There you go. It's a label.
Yeah.
Everybody falls into the trap. We've got REM up next on Postmodern, a band who've said that they're not going to tour in Europe until 1994. They didn't tour the last album. They're not touring this album. Is that something that you could foresee you guys doing in the future? Maybe just putting out a couple of albums and not going on the road?
I can't even picture being in a band that could, you know, not tour. I mean, that's what they'll
Yeah, that's an amazing thing.
say,
Really
yes
cool.
or no.
It would be cool. I think the only way we could get away with it is if we did like a totally just studio record that we couldn't play live.
Yeah.
Then we would have no choice.
If we did an
Then we
easy
couldn't
listening
tour.
record, that would do it.
Otherwise, I think we're pretty much primarily a live band.
Yeah.
So it's good for us to tour and let people see us so they can understand what we're about.
So they can apply the tag funk metal if they want to.
Sure.
Well-
Funk metal live band.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you like REM? Is it your kind of music?
Some of the stuff I think is kind of cool.
I like when Michael Stipe travels over the audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since doesn't have to play live, you know, he can make a video of himself being passed around.
Yeah.
Tide people over a bit.
Figure that one out.
Take a look at that. This is Drive.
Smash.
Son of a piece of crap! MTV, suck it, Gnocchi! Get out of here! Bomb! I don't know! Son of a MTV, I kill you! Fucking putana, I'm gonna die! You stink like feet! Bomb!
And what would Postmodern be if we didn't play Nirvana? Now, in lots of ways, you guys were doing what, I guess, the grungy kind of thing way before Nirvana came on the scene and the whole Seattle sound was known as the Seattle sound. How much do you think you paved the way for that Seattle wave of music that's, you know, riding the big wave at the moment?
I would say just about as much as Liberace paved the way for us.
Not much at all.
Well, it's kind of weird. We were like one of the first, I guess, weird bands to kind of get on the radio or something. And since then, a lot of bands that are kind of strange have been getting signed for a lot more money than we did. So I guess we did have...
Being like way weirder than anything. Like Nirvana, I think, are a really great band, but I think all their songs are just great rock songs. They're real, I mean, they're great, but it's just, you know, rock
Real
songs.
catchy,
I think
yeah.
what we do is like pretty obscure and hard for people to understand. A lot more understand than, say, a Nirvana song.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
yeah, a lot of the Nirvana songs sound kind of like, almost like harder bass-y roller songs.
Yeah.
Which is great, you know, I mean, they're good songs.
When you guys started, I mean, the interest or the industry interest wasn't there in the underground so much like
Yeah.
it is now. Did that make it more difficult for you when you started?
I think when we started, yeah, it was more difficult for us. Had we started right now and we're looking for a record contract, we probably would have got a better deal and it would have been a lot easier for us. At the time, we just kind of took what we could get and ran with it.
But I mean, we're different than a lot of these other bands, like the Seattle Sound. I don't think we sound like any of them. So really, for us, still, we have a lot of work to do on our own, just to because this record's different than the last record. And we don't really have even our own sound, really. So it's kind of we're kind of in a whole different kind of game.
But do you sympathize with what the whole Seattle thing is about, or is that just a tag again because we don't have a word for what's coming out of this particular area in the States?
I'm not really sure if that's the same kind of, if it's just a tag or if bands are kind of making it a tag.
Yeah,
It's hard to tell who it's coming from. So I don't even know what to say about that.
We used to play with Soundgarden like a long time ago. They used to open up for us, like before they ever had a record deal or anything. But they're just like really, they're nice guys. I think their band's pretty cool. But like, I think a lot of those bands up there don't like each other very much. So I don't know what the thing is, the Seattle thing.
Yeah, there's got to be in a scene like that. I imagine there's a lot of animosity,
Sure.
backstabbing.
Right.
You mean people
If it's
trying
that
to-
incestuous, there's got to be backstabbing.
Especially when there's a movie being made about them all.
Yeah, who's gonna star in it?
They've got to, they got to
Yeah.
fight for the parts.
Got to
We
be a
don't
little
have that
pecking order.
problem.
Yeah, Bridget Fonda sort of thing.
And Matt
Okay.
Dillon won.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at Nirvana now with Come As You Are.